I gotta tell you, I am really getting some great material from this abortion debate that I got involved in on Twitter. And Twitter is an ever so much more fun place now that Elon Musk has liberated it. At any rate, there was another fella who, and one of the things I like about this is that they tell you exactly who they are and what they believe, not directly, but indirectly. They tell you what their philosophical and moral makeup is by the beliefs that they espouse. Let me give you a quick example here. Here we got this fella, and he puts forth this sardonic response. And I want to break this down, and this may take a couple of because TikTok has such a time limit. But the first thing I want to point out, state-mandated birth requires state-funded health care. This is fallacious in multiple ways. The first way is there is no such thing as state-mandated birth. Okay. First of all, the state did not force the woman or girl to get pregnant. The state did not force the woman or girl to get pregnant. This is not the Handmaid's Tale. Okay? And this is a fallacy that liberals tend to get into very easily. Their argumentation is typically very emotionally based. And so they are very swayed by such emotionalistic content as The Handmaid's Tale. So the state did not mandate that this individual get pregnant. They did not mandate that she engage in sexual congress so that she got pregnant. The state is not responsible for her getting pregnant, which takes away the second point where they said state-funded childcare. No, the state is not responsible for you getting pregnant. The state is not responsible for your birth. The state, however, is responsible for making sure that you do not murder anyone. That includes your child. And so, and this is telling. And the reason that this is telling is this entire point here, state-mandated birth. So all of this puts the responsibility for the pregnancy and the birth and the child care on other people. Liberals, Marxists, progressives, whatever euphemism you prefer to use, whatever they're calling themselves this week, one of the hallmarks of their philosophy is a lack of accountability. It is narcissistic in that it is always somebody else's fault. No matter what situation you're in, it's not your fault, it's not your responsibility, it is always somebody else's fault. Therefore, it is always somebody else's responsibility to get you out of the situation that you got yourself into. Now, I can hear a bunch of you out there going, oh, but what about rape and what about incest, blah, blah, blah. We're not talking about that. I'm talking about abortion as a form of retroactive birth control. If you have sex, there is a distinct possibility that a child is going to be the result. You know why? Because that is the purpose of sex. The purpose of sex is procreation. The purpose of sex is to make babies. Okay, the pleasure derived from sex is incidental, which is another thing telling about liberals. Sex is not love, and sex is not about your pleasure. Sex is supposed to be a giving thing, not a receiving thing. It is supposed to be a mutually giving, intimate thing shared between a husband and wife. That was what sex was designed for. And the serpent's children have twisted it into something that it is not. I'm going to have to continue on this a little bit later, and trust me, I will. Thank you for listening. Hit that like and subscribe button down there, and hit me up in the comments whether you like what I said or not. Thanks for listening, and I will talk to you all later.